Thorndyke was never gonna get out of here alive no matter what his decision was. Hey everyone, Henriello here, welcome back. Right now we are going to watch Manhunt from 1941, directed by Fritz Lang. This will be the first Fritz Lang movie out of the final 3 that I'll be watching on YouTube. I do plan to watch more because I have a few more Fritz Lang movies, but I plan to watch those as a Patreon special, which means they'll be exclusively on Patreon. So if you'd love to watch my full reactions to all these movies, then go ahead and check out my Patreon. The link is in the description below. Now let's get started on this manhunt. Somewhere in Germany shortly before the war. Assassination. Haha. Oh, he got caught. Oh. If he had the bullet in on the first pull, he would have done it.
Captain Alan Thorndyke, Englander. Thorndyke.
Oh yeah, German has very different vowels.
Pray be seated, Captain Thorndyke. Have a cigarette. I should have recognized you on sight. A man whose brother was a guest in this house only last September, when Lord Risborough was sent here by your Prime Minister on a mission of appeasement. Do you know, Thorndyke, that this is the most closely guarded house in the world? But then, of course, we didn't count upon a creature that has learned to stalk the most cunning animal and has mastered the trick of moving through a forest as if he were transparent. The sights were set at 550 yards, only 10 feet short of the exact range. I checked it.
Good heavens, man, I never intended to shoot. I merely wanted to find out if it were possible. A sporting stalk. Stalking the game you're after for the fun of it, not to kill. If I can stalk an animal and get within range, the rest is a mathematical certainty. And that's sheer cruelty, and I don't like cruelty.
This softness in your nature with regard to the ultimate purpose of firearms betrays the weakness, not only of yourself, but of your entire race. You're symbolic of the English race.
I'm beginning to think that you're symbolic of yours.
We do not hesitate to destroy in order to create a new world. You can leave this country a free man.
On what condition?
Your name signed to this. On this 29th day of July, 1939, you have attempted to assassinate our Führer, and that you have undertaken this crime with the approval of your government.
Do you expect me to sign a lie?
You still insist you had no intention to shoot? You are in no position to refuse.
That's for me to decide, isn't it?
How well do you stand pain?
So they're gonna torture him and force him to sign it.
The German ambassador is on the telephone, my lord.
What? Yes, Risborough speaking. Good evening, Your Excellency.
I heard some rumor that Captain Thorndyke is visiting our country.
I haven't seen him for weeks. Always running off to the end of the world to catch a fish or some such nonsense.
The man is a fool, but absolutely honest. The Gestapo are back up. Send this message to Berchtesgaden.
Yes, sir.
They did a number on him.
Are you ready to sign? Believe me, my dear fellow, I don't want you to die.
I'm sure he wouldn't care.
You force your own people. You think you can force everyone else. Well, I'm one man saying you can't.
I'm not responsible for your suffering.
You are.
You are, in fact, taking your own life.
Yeah, that's how he shifts the responsibility.
We'll give you back your passport and your wallet, clean you up, and... Doctor.
I guess they're gonna stage his death somewhere else.
There are people in England that know that men of my character don't do this sort of thing.
Tomorrow, the doctor and I will go hunting. No one will question what we find.
Ooh. So the tree and the leaves cushioned his fall.
Donnerwetter, das ist doch.
It's a miracle. Beaten and tortured and thrown off a cliff. Are you sure the dogs are okay? They sound pretty weird. Yep, he knows how to use the water to wash off his scent. The ship horn blowing sounds like my phone vibrating. Yep, he's a survival expert. He jumped off that boat without hesitation.
Listen! Daar is ja! Er stond man voor in kels in de jakken. Ah, dat pas.
You seem to be in a bit of trouble, sir. Was it, about a woman?
I see you know life.
I thought so. They're a dickens of a problem, aren't they, sir?
He's too young to be saying that.
This way, sir, quick! Come on! Hurry, sir!
What a clever boy.
Snowshoes, I have strength.
We sail tonight as soon as these policemen search the ship. Good. Show them everything.
Yeah.
I'll take your coat, sir. You might need it. It's cold on deck.
You think so? All right.
Only my own cabin you didn't search. Is it not? Go away, boy. Go away. I don't need you. Or maybe you think I hide somebody under the mattress. No?
Oh,
Herr Kapitän, can you take a passenger? His papers are in order, and he has money.
I have urgent business in London. This is my passport, Captain. Have I surprised you, Mr. Rayner? It's easy to miss a man aboard ship now, isn't it, Mr. Rayner?
I thought you leave us when you told me goodbye. Come, I take you ashore with me.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Dus terug aan de narbe gekennzeichnet. Voorzichtig zijn.
He sent someone to watch the ship.
I don't think you ought to leave the ship yet, sir.
Stop worrying, my boy. This is England. I'm home again. I don't know how to thank you, so I'm not going to try. You've taken me on trust, my boy.
Of course, sir. Good luck, sir. And be careful.
Thank you.
They've got their spies everywhere.
Right out and follow him!
Oh no, they've got him now.
Open the door.
Let me go. What you doing here?
Thank you, my dear. You saved my life.
Saved your life? Who are them blokes what are after you? Did you commit a murder?
I suspect that something of that nature was about to be committed when you came to the rescue of the victim. So, once again, my dear, thank you.
Now, see here. I ain't getting mixed up in nothing, I can tell you that.
But I need the loan of a few shillings.
You talks like a gentleman, but gents don't go round asking girls for money.
Unfortunately, when I left my private yacht, I neglected to put a stiver in my pocket. I am, for the moment, absolutely penniless.
Come off it.
Private yacht.
See, you don't trust me.
Who would?
Why,
Half a mo. Will 10 bob do? It's all I got.
to lend all you've got is a pretty big loan.
Indeed.
I'm going with you.
Oh, no.
I ain't afraid. You can't stop me.
You're coming along to make sure you get your money back, is that it?
Right. You wait here where you're safe. I'll get a cab. Use a pal of mine.
She's getting mixed up into all this after all.
Gerald, old boy. Bless my soul, it's good to see you. Lord and Lady Risborough, Miss Jerry Stokes.
How do you do?
Hello.
I must talk to you. It's very important.
But first, have you got a fiver in your pocket, Gerald? That's for you, and 1,000 thanks.
I ain't gonna take it.
You want to be choked again?
Ellen.
Here, I shan't be a moment. Alice, I'm sure you and Miss Stokes will find much to talk about.
Wish I could meet a bloke like him every day. And me thinking he was balmy. Imagine.
Our agents in Berlin say that you're secretly accused of an attempt upon the life of their Führer.
Young woman, what is your connection with Alan? Is that his name? You don't know him? Never laid my eyes on him before tonight. Are there Rozzers after him? The what? Rozzers, dicks, coppers, policemen.
I did not sign their faked-up confession.
They know you're in London.
In that case, I shall get out of England.
You have no passport. Within 24 hours, there'll be a démarche on my desk asking for your arrest and return to Berlin. To refuse their ambassador, that would be an unfriendly act. You know what would happen then? I mean, there would first be a faked-up trial.
A faked-up trial.
England would be convicted before the world, and that would pave the way for what they want.
War.
I shall vanish utterly, completely, as if I were dead, for as long as you wish. I'll see no one, not even you.
Beg pardon, my lord. Major Smith is calling on the telephone again.
Who?
Major Keith Smith. Tall, good figure, rather formal. Talks about Kenya. You know the type.
Does he wear a monocle?
That's the fella, yes.
The one who wears a monocle. I think I know who this Major Keith Smith is.
Ambassador's telephone in, Scotland Yard phoning, Major Key on the Key. If you want my advice, you'll call the Rozzers. Dicks! Oh, crumbs.
Huh?
Me good luck pin. It was a nod. A gentleman give it me.
In that case, a gentleman will give you another one. That's the least I can do for you, isn't it? Get yourself some sleep. I'm going to curl up on the couch. Good night.
Good night.
Why are you crying?
What the devil are you sniffling about?
My dear child. Come on now.
Great big smile. That's better. Much better.
But why was she crying?
Good night.
Okay, I guess we'll never know why she was crying. Fine.
Soon I'll have money, and I'll be able to give the gentleman with the monocle a slip until I get on board a liner. I think that you'd better come along with me.
On a ship?
Oh, good heavens, no. To my solicitors, I mean. I want you to have some money for all you've done.
Oh, Jerry, you've only known him for a night.
I always pay my debts. I propose to get you £500. You may have more if you want it.
You promised me a pen for me ad.
My dear Jerry, forgive me. You shall have your pin set with diamonds if you wish.
Good morning, mein Herr. Good morning, Fräulein. What shall it be?
How much is this one?
10 shillings, Fräulein. Very cheap. You make no mistake, Fräulein. A lifetime, I tell you. You would have it still when you die.
Well, it could double as a weapon.
I think that looks very nice, don't you? Huh? Shall we go?
It was pretty big. Those pigeons are paid actors.
Oh, we're eingeflogen from Revier 6.
6. Farnsworthy's office.
They really have so much time on their hands to hunt down this guy?
I beg you to let me talk to the police. You don't realize the power of your name.
That is precisely what makes my disappearance necessary and urgent. No, I'll just take £500.
I won't take it. You're wanted.
Will you be quiet?
No.
Never seen such a stubborn woman. And if you say one word of thanks, I'll tear out your hair. Jerry, if at any time I'm found, the coroner brings in a verdict of suicide.
Suicide?
Don't you believe it, huh? Goodbye, and take good care of yourself.
Don't introduce pipe hands. First result, pipe hands.
Even if he gets in, they'll just follow him inside. Oh no. Okay. I wonder if they can dodge if a train actually comes by. Oh. Oh. Right, there's one track that's electric.
Positive identification was made possible by his passport and wallet, which he carried. Now they can hunt me down at leisure with the help of the British police. Perhaps I was a fool to come back here. I could have been well out of London by now. I wanted to hide out till it was dark. You know where my brother lives. Ask him to write to me in a fortnight. He'll address it to your name, Mr. Stokes. Mr. Stokes, care of the post office at Lyme Regis. Have you got a pencil? I'll write it down for you.
Alan should have searched the body, then he'll get his passport and everything.
Goodbye, Jerry. And thank you.
Won't you kiss me? I know I'm never going to see you again. Come along, dearie. There's a cozy little pub just across the bridge. Ain't half bad either, ducky.
You can't be pestering gentlemen at this time of night.
Who's pestering who?
I'm sorry, sir. If I was you, I'd step along.
He didn't get her kiss. Now, how did they hunt her down?
Take me out of here.
Komm. Komm, du Miststück. Die Herren haben ein Wort mit dir.
He's with them.
Sit down, my dear. We're going to have a little chat.
Good afternoon, madam. I think you may have a letter for me.
What name, please?
Stokes.
There's a parcel for you, too, in the back room, if you'll wait a minute, please.
And they've tracked him down all the way. Oh. Huh. He actually made a emergency cave for himself. That's impressive.
Thorndyke, I admired your stone door so much that I imitated it by wedging another stone on the outside. You are sealed up as in a grave.
Couldn't you give me a cleaner death than this?
Don't be a fool. I could have killed you an hour ago.
What is it you want?
It's the letter again.
I told you once I don't sign lies.
You also told me you no longer believed in killing, yet you killed one of my men.
I tell you I did not intend to shoot your bloody Führer.
I'm going to show you what you really are and were. An assassin.
You fool, you fanatical fool!
A token for you, Thorndyke.
What have you done with her?
Do you expect me to tell you that it was a sporting stalk? She flouted obvious power. She refused to tell us anything.
If it hadn't been for that postal address that you so thoughtfully wrote down, I don't know what I should have done.
You believed that the death of our sacred Führer would be no great loss to the world, didn't you? Surely then the death of a girl like that would be no loss at all. She was found dead in the street, Thorndyke.
Whoa.
She had nothing to do with my actions. She was innocent.
Just as innocent as our Führer was of any wrongdoing against you.
No, he's guilty of hatred, intolerance, and murder.
And that is why you tried to kill him?
Yes, I intended to shoot. I intended to avenge the crimes of this monstrous tyrant.
It was for the sake of your country, wasn't it?
No, for mine as well as others.
Then even though your government knew nothing about you, you were acting on their behalf.
You've admitted the whole thing. It may interest you to know why that document is needed.
My country has already marched into Poland.
We shall take Poland, and no nation in Europe will dare to raise a hand. Today, Europe. Tomorrow, the world.
Not gonna happen.
Have you read it? I've got to think it over.
He can't be making a bow, right?
How do I know you let me out after I've signed?
You will have to take my word as a fellow hunter for that.
A makeshift bow. Thorndyke was never gonna get out of here alive, no matter what his decision was. So it's a good thing he has the weapon.
Your time is nearly up, Thorndyke. Hand out the document.
You'll have to reach for it.
Hand it out through the vent hole.
Push it nearer. I don't propose to have my wrist seized.
Come on out, Thorndyke. You're free at last.
Oh!
Ooh. Right at the side of his head. Ooh. Oh, dang. They killed each other. Oh, did he make it though? Did he make it though? The bombings and the raid.
You will make your reconnaissance and return immediately.
Right, sir.
He joined the Air Force.
One of the men just bailed out. What? Who? Thorndyke. Thorndyke.
He bailed out.
This time he clearly knows his purpose and unflinchingly faces his destiny.
I believe it would have been wiser to follow, his mates in the Air Force rather than bailing out on his own. But I get that this movie was released in 1941, which is when World War II was still ongoing. So they're trying to make it, or should I say they're trying to encourage the people to fight for the country. I'm quite familiar with a few of the actors, such as Joan Bennett. Just watched her in The Woman in the Window and Scarlet Street. And then George Sanders, who was also in Rebecca and Foreign Correspondent. Midway through the movie, I thought the ending would be Alan, getting out of this predicament and then living happily with Jerry. But, well, I guess we didn't get that. Jerry got killed, found dead on the street. Alan joined the Air Force in a bid for revenge. But of course, the movie, framed it as serving his country, understandably, because it was World War II during the movie's release. If I'm not mistaken, the woman at the post office was also in Foreign Correspondent and Shadow of a Doubt, right? I like how they made the Alan Thorndyke character showcase his hunting and survival skills out in the wild, such as when he used the river to clear out his scent so the hunting dogs wouldn't be able to track him, had a makeshift cave where he could hide from enemies, and also his skills at making the makeshift bow. Now that was impressive. Making a bow in 15 minutes and using the arrow pin which he bought Jerry as the weapon to kill Major Clive Smith, who was Jerry's killer. Jerry's murderer was killed by the pin that Alan bought for Jerry. And the pin was given to Alan by Smith himself. He passed him the hat and the pin. So he basically just provided him the weapon to which Alan could use to kill Smith. Although I really don't know whether the actual Gestapo would go to such lengths to get this kind of signed document. Overall, I feel like the movie was fairly thrilling and it had some very interesting scenes, very nice scenes. What do you think about the movie? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Thanks for watching it with me. Hope you enjoyed the reaction and I will see you in the next video. Peace.